So objects are a thing, right? So when I say objects, I mean classes. So what is a class from your JavaScript days?
Those programs an object, or
It is. Well, what is a class? What is an object?
An object was
it's an item with multiple attributes.
So it has local attributes. What else?
Just giving it a name.
It has a name. Yeah, it has a name.
Variable.
Attributes. It also has functionality attached to it. So an object is something that has attributes and functions that are attached to it. So the attributes describe what it is, and the functions describe how it acts. So if we go back to our React days, right, the props and the state are the attributes. It describes what it is. But like render, component did update, component did mount, those are the actions that that class can do. So with that being said, we need some way to house objects and classes inside of C#. As it was pointed out, class program, right? So that's the syntax. The syntax is class space and then its name. So with that being said,
program is the class name
Yes.
in this situation.
yeah,
Okay.
program is a class. You'll notice a few things here. One, program, it's called program.css, or so it's called program.cs. So the name of the class matches with the name of the file.
Is that
means
necessary?
that means that only one class should be in each file. Is that necessary? Will it still work? 100%.
Okay.
It will 100% still work, but it'll be confusing and hard to work with. It's a little quality of life things. So will it work? Yes. Should you do it? Always keep it the same. So let's create a new class. What is someone's favorite hobby?
Fishing. Briefing. Yeah.
Fishing? Okay, so let's make a class for a fishing pole. Does that sound good? That might be something that we want to store inside a database or emulate somewhere or something like that, do something with. Maybe we're making a fishing simulator in Unity or something like that. So let's make a fishing pool class. So I'm going to create a new file, call it fishingpole.cs. Nothing here. So classes need to be inside of a namespace because now we're in a separate file. So you know how in JavaScript we have like our modules like export and import kind of thing going on here? Classes and functions can see each other if they're in the same namespace. So my namespace is what?
More hello world.
Yep. So over here, namespace, more hello world.
So this is in fishing pools. Yes.
Yep. So I'm going to make a class called fishing pole.
So these files can now see each other
Yep.
because they're within the same namespace.
Yep. So what we're gonna define a couple attributes and functions here,
Mhm.
and then we're going to use it over in program CS.
Oh, sweet.
That sound good?
Yeah.
All right. So give me what's some attributes. You notice how I formatted it? The curly braces went down. Yep. Yep. So what's some attributes of a fishing pole?
Fishing line.
So we have line, maybe line length. We have real type,
Hook.
right? Real, is that spelled right? Hook,
Length of pole.
pole length.
Line thickness.
Hook
Yeah, hook.
has hook.
Lines of
And we'll go with brand.
bait.
Does that sound good? Yeah. Okay, well, let's go with those five because we'll kind of drive the point home here. So we want to use something called properties to define our attributes. So our property is defined in the following format. We have our access modifier, our type, our name, and then get and set. So what that looks like, so for line length, public. Line length will be an integer.
Yeah.
Int. Line length.
So that's that. Public.
Right.
So that means
It's a global
copy.
variable.
So what?
Public is a global, right?
Public does not make it global. Public makes it accessible from someplace else. So whenever we get over to the program and we do var myPoll equals new fishing pole, I can do myPoll.line length. I can actually see that and use that outside of this class.
What's the difference between that and global?
So global is so line length is accessible only when you have a fishing pole. If it's global, you don't need a fishing pole to access it.
You don't need like class fishing point.
Right. Like you don't need to go fishing pole, you can just do line length.
So fishing pole is the special glasses that you need to see line length.
Yep.
So you would have to type in fishing pole
Nerd.
line.
Yeah.
Nerd.
So it'd still be public fishing pole line length or
Yeah.
static.
We'll see it whenever we get to actually.
Is that the access modifier, like public?
Yep, public and private and internal. They all mean different things. We'll kind of explore what they mean. For today, everything's public.
Public, it's an integer, its name is line length. It's a, excuse me, it takes a get and set.
Yeah, so this get and set, let's kind of take that for a second. That is syntactual sugar, that's shorthand for something really long and ugly. We'll get there at some point, but not today. All we need to know today is that if there's a get there, then these are actually both optional. You need to have at least one, or you can have both. So you can have a get, or you can have a set, or you can have a get and set.
Inclusive or?
So what this means, the get, means that I can actually get the value, that I can read it. The set means that I can write to it. So this is read and write permissions.
Okay.
What it's doing under the hood, let's swipe it away, but that's what it means.
Cool.
If you take anything from that, this is the syntax. It just has to go there.
So we're saying public int, we're typing it rather than using var because we're not within a function, correct? Okay.
Because this, a class, remember, is just like a blueprint. We're not actually building anything yet. We're saying, hey, I have a bank, or I have a fishing pole. What's my design? What's my blueprint for that fishing pole?
So
Not
these
actually-
are the like the equivalent, I guess, to props in a React component. Yep. Okay.
Yeah, these are just like, here's what I need to make, or here's the attributes of it.
I feel like it's more like this one. Program CS is going to be calling all kinds of stuff
Mhm.
from our bank of fishing pole, from our bank of boats, from our bank of
Yeah,
lures.
Well,
program
at the
CS
end of the
is
day,
like the app.js.
Yep. At the end of the day, yes, that's what it's going to be like.
Well,
So what is the object in this case?
The object,
Yeah.
fishing pole.
It's fishing pole.
Yeah.
Cool. So
Fishing
that's a
pole.
class and object.
Classes are the blueprint to make objects.
Classes are the blueprint to me.
so you need a class to make an object?
Correct.
Okay.
Yes.
The object is essentially everything inside like the big curly, the squiggly.
An object is an instance of a class.
Is the public making it so you can just call it? I'm sorry.
Who was that? Yeah, the public means that I can call it over program CS. We'll make a private variable here just so we can see the difference
And if you put private, it wouldn't be accessible.
outside of this class.
Yes.
Correct.
So you can call it just like line length.
I have to do fishing pole.line.
I mean, it kind of looks like an object.
It does, like
Fishing
it's
pole, you got brackets inside of it. You've got
that's what it is. Like a lot of people use class and object kind of interchangeably. I mean, I do too. Like, but like, class is the blueprint. Object is an instance of it.
All objects are classes, but not all classes are objects.
Nope, but yes.
No.
Real type. So, real type, the little shorthand, if you do prop, tab, you get the whole thing.
I was going to ask you for something, like I knew there was something. Like
Yeah. So what is real type? A string? We'll call it a string.
Yeah, 'cause you're
it's
a name.
Yeah. Yeah.
Unreal. And it's getting set.
Pole length, we'll go double. because it can be like 4.5 feet
Okay.
or whatever, right?
Double. So,
Just a different type. Has hook, Boolean.
Boolean.
Bool.
What does double mean?
Double means that it has stuff.
It's an
It's any real number, so it can be like a decimal number. So
That's what bool means.
No,
Bool's true or false?
Bool's true or false.
Bool is true.
Bool is
double.
Boolean. Okay.
Yeah,
Double. Okay.
just different data
And
types.
then brand would be a string.
So any real number, whole or otherwise positive or negative.
So let's create a private as well, because we have a whole bunch of publics. What else about a poll that we should? Let's do.
Real.
new or used.
I mean,
You know, yeah. Let's
they
do.
have a weight which is like light, medium, heavy.
Let's do new and used, because so we're gonna do private Boolean is new.
So it's either going to be true or false.
Correct. So with that being said, let's do 2 more things. So now we have a couple things here. We talked about yesterday about default types, right? Like how we set like default types. So now like the default values for like this is 0, for this is what's the default value for a string? Great question, right?
Is it like a space?
Is it?
Just empty,
Should it?
empty string.
Quotation marks.
Null.
Is there a differentiation between empty and blank strings
Yes,
in C#? Because
Yes.
there's not in JavaScript.
there is in C#. An empty string does not equal a blank string. So when you say blank, do you mean like spaces?
That's how I thought of it in JavaScript.
Yeah, so spaces are a character. So a space
okay.
does not equal an empty string.
Space is a space.
Yes, the space is a space. So
Spaces and spaces and spaces.
null, the default type value is null. Double, 0. Bool is
False.
false. And string is null and bool is false. Right? But we know that every time we create a new fishing pole, it's automatically new, right? So there's a little cheeky way to set a new default value. Yeah, right?
What is
Um,
the add-on that you're using that shows references?
C#. So whatever it should work for you.
I downloaded it. I don't think
It should work. So we can do equals, then whatever value you want it to do. So now every time we create a new fishing pole, we're going to have a value of true for it's new.
Could you do that on double or int?
Yes. So like, what's a good default value for a line length?
30.
2000.
Just trying to use basic. Okay, so we know line length is always going to be at least 30.
Yep.
Unless we say otherwise.
Now I'm wrapping my head around double. Does it mean it can be a string or it can be a
Double. What's a good pole length?
4.5 feet.
Is that what your kids use?
That's what I use.
Oh, it's a
Huh?
Yeah, it's just it's a number with a decimal. That's what I use because I have a mini little fishing pool for my cats. It's about this big, so it's about 3.5 feet. It's a little fly fishing. Pool. It's a hilarious
You
cat
catch.
walk.
You catch cat.
I need to get into this somewhere. So here we are. It's 11:06. We have 4 minutes to wrap this up. Then we'll take a quick 5-minute break. So now I want to use this over on the other side. I say the other side, I say program. So in order for me to do this, var myPoll equals, just how we did new string this morning, we're going to do new fishing pole.
What does new define? Just that you're defining a new fishing pole?
It's what it says on the
A
box.
new instance
New object.
of fishing pole.
Yep.
Yeah.
So everything we put in fishing pole
Is now.
is now there.
Yep.
And we're saying, hey, take everything, start with that.
more output.
So now I can,
Input new.
what? If I didn't put new?
Would it just not work?
Yeah, give me an error saying, hey, you're saying you're trying to use a class. You're trying to use the class as a function. What are you doing? So you have to go, hey, new fishing pole. And then I can say, hello,
How do you call length?
your fishing pole is,
This stuff, prop stuff.
yeah, right?
Okay.
Your fishing pole is my pole, dot, feet long.
Really not that different than like the this style props.
No,
It's maybe more explicit.
this is so much easier. It's so
Fine,
much
it's
easier.
just different.
Stop saying that.
It's not easy. It's
Stop saying that.
nice.
It's so much more expressive, so it's either harder or easier.
So is
Well,
that
I didn't
saved
have to
now?
do constructor props, super props, declare a
What?
state.
That's pretty much saved in like it. Almost a database, really.
Not really, not yet. It's still just being run, so it's like the equivalent of me saying it.
But then if you redefine, okay, right under that, and you say, like, var pole length is actually 6 feet.
So now we can do, I'll just copy that. We can do my pole dot pole length is equal, plus equals 2.75. Now I can console is now that long. So now those properties that we defined, we can use just like variables.
That's what I was asking if we could set the length. And then you have a starting
Yep.
point. That's efficient.
Now, just to kind of wrap this up, public and private. We have a variable that's private, right?
Which one was
Is new.
Is new, right?
New or not?
Yeah, so which is a Boolean. So if I try to do like, hey, is my poll dot is new, wait a minute. It's not coming up inside of the IntelliSense. And it's giving me an error.
Why would you need that?
Because you need to put true or false.
Yeah. So like if I wanted to do something with it, I can't hit is new. Because we set it
because
as
it's just
private.
Private.
Oh, so
It's
you
reset-
set the
it's
length
reset-
as 4
Yeah,
and a half feet.
so-
It'll always be 4.5 feet.
Yes. So length that we did, poll length is public. It's public. It can be changed and accessed someplace else. Is new is private. It can't be accessed and changed at someplace else.
I'm sure there's some applications for that.
Oh yeah.
Use it properly.
Yeah.
So where we wrote, we defined pole length. We gave it a new value. If we didn't have set in pole length, we wouldn't be able to do that, correct? It would be read only.
I'm feeling pretty good. So now let's take a 10-minute break. 11. Come back at 11:20. I'm going to make a couple fishing poles, just real fast, just kind of dummy data. Whenever we come back, we're going to talk about arrays and link.
Length.
Q.
LNQ. LANQ
I'm not liking that.
stands for Language Integrated Query.
See, I knew it wasn't linked like linked.
Really quickly, why is like my pole, my, and then pole, like camel case, and then the other one's Pascal case? I keep coming back to this one. I'm really sorry.
No, you're fine. You're fine. So my poll is a local variable.
Local, that's it. Okay,
Yep.
it's
Yep.
locality of it.
Yep. And this over here, like this stuff,
Mhm.
are properties.
Okay.
So properties, Pascal case, pretty much everything's Pascal case except for local variables. And really, it doesn't matter. It's good to get
Best
consistent.
practice.
Yeah.
for
So
sure.
like,
I want that. Yeah.
if it's messing you up, don't worry too much about it yet. Just kind of get your feelers for every place else, and those kind of things will come with time.
Do you know how long your lunch meetings? That's a dumb question. Do you presume that the lunch meeting will take all lunch?
Yes.
I will ask you my question in the lab.
Okay.
it.